I'm redesigning all 10 of the 2025 Formula 1 car liveries. We've already done 4, here's number 5, 50% after this video is done. The Green Machine, Sauber's final year in Formula 1 before they rebrand to Audi. What have they come up with first and foremost? What do I think of the real thing? And then let's have a go at making it even better. My name's Tomo, let's talk about it. Afraid I've got no bright green garments, so I'm gonna just have to wear my Tommos Racing Goods t-shirt, still available at tommosracinggoods.com. Now, this was the first livery we saw at F1 75. All the drummers coming out, banging on them. And look, I've seen mixed reception for this, but I've got to say, I love it. This, for me, this is absolutely a bit of me. I love the colour blocking. It's so simple, but it just looks wicked. It's top tier, okay? It's top tier. The fact we've got the green at the front blocking out the whole nose, gradient it into black, but then it's just super simple, right? There's no green on the rear wing anywhere on that back half or even the side pod at all of the car. Even the cover that goes over the rim is black at the back, and then they've got the bright green kind of casino style, and we all know why that is, at the front. The veins on the front wing, you've got the green ones, and then it's blacked out for the rest of it. This for me is just lovely. It's the simplicity that's amazing, right? And don't for a minute try and tell me that this is boring, it's too simple. Well, hang on, look at some of the most iconic F1 liveries of all time, right? Marlboro McLaren, great example. That's pretty simple. And the fact as well that it's not full of sponsors, because it is Sauber, it's not, you know, a top team with tons of sponsors. I just really like it. It's just really a bit of me. The suits, the driver suits, maybe I'll do should I do a ranking of the driver suits? Maybe that could be like a live stream. I don't feel like that justifies like a full video, right? The suits themselves, I don't like. I think they're a bit garish and vulgar, and the big S on the leg is an absolute no from me. But the livery itself with Gabriel and Nico at the wheel this year, I do really like it. We are yet to see the car on track. Hopefully these renders are an accurate representation of what we will see. From what I'm looking at right now, this is going straight to the top of my list, ahead of the V-Carb, the Racing Bulls. I know that's going to be deeply unpopular, okay? Because you lot love the Racing Bulls, and I love it as well, but I love this even more, right? These two standalone are well clear of the other 3 we've looked at so far, but there's still 5 to go. However, I've got to say this is definitely in the running for being my favourite of them all. Again, shame about the sponsor, but Audi are coming in from next year to fully take over the branding of that team. The final year as Sauber. I think I'm going to put a bit of an homage to Sauber in mind. And on that note, let's take a look at it. Here's my redesign for the 2025 Sauber Formula 1 car. It looks like the McLaren, doesn't it? At no point did I put these two together, and now I'm looking at editing. The side and the nose is very McLaren. Green McLaren. So then, what do you think? I've decided to drop the gradient. We've gone for a more angular design here. And again, I've said this in the past, you know, you should really start with the sponsor logos. However, I elected not to this time out. I decided to start with the base design, which initially, and if you look from a side profile on direct side profile, and then I said in the last video, you rarely see the cars from this angle, but we've got kind of sharp lines coming in here, sharp kind of angles knocking about. When you go 3D, this kind of dips into the gully of the side pod a bit, this bright green at the back of the car here. And then on the nose, we've got kind of a mostly green nose with these, again, these kind of angular, you know, elements that I felt I wanted to do something angular, definitely. When I saw this car, and I feel like, you know, this sponsor package, that they're going to do something different, something strong, something bold, and I think they've really nailed it with the actual livery from that point of view. I just wanted to kind of try something a little bit different, and I've elected for the, well, you could argue as problematic, but slightly less problematic of the 2 sponsors, because they're both kind of owned by the same company. But anyway, I'm not going to be talking about that today. I'm going to be talking about the livery. So let's start at the front. Okay, so we've still got mascot workwear and kept the wing itself just all blacked out, but same sponsors knocking about. We've got a little Sauber on the front of the nose, and then the big K And then sponsors, look, there's not a ton on the nose. So I've given them plenty of space to sing, Singer, Pirelli Fix, Libertex. And then the number, this is number 22 for Nico Hulkenberg. Gone with quite a creative font. And then CELO, that's kind of similarly positioned as on the real car. I've not quite got the level of casino detail on the wheel cover as in the real car because it's quite difficult on this model. So I've gone for something not quite as... I like the one on the real car more, honestly. I'd probably plug that in on here, but this is cool as well. Mascot, Web Eyewear, and then onto the halo, Kick Sauber up there, Libertex around the side. Again, not tons of sponsors. Sense Time, so that's interesting. Obviously a Chinese brand. And Joe is no longer with the team, but they have retained Sense Time as a sponsor. And then we've got a little Swiss-made logo I've put up here. I thought that was quite nice because that's actually down here on the real car. And then I've used this kind of angle to... Sauber, one of these teams, they have a bunch of small sponsor logos. Ferrari do the same actually, but I didn't bother to replicate that in my Ferrari redesign. But they have them dotted along here on the car, and I thought, they could just follow this angle. That looks quite nice. They're also sponsored by Puma, so I just used the same Puma logo as I have on a previous design. I think it's the Ferrari has the Puma there, right? Round the back, Libertex Singer, simple. And then rear wing, I wanted to do a big Sauber. A couple of little kicks there as well, because kind of why not? I think that looks kind of quite smart from a distance. You're still getting those hits of greens from the engine cover. But the big Sauber, give Sauber one more year, you know, just to see out that name in Formula 1, because it doesn't look likely that the Sauber name's going to return, because obviously Audi have bought 100% of the team. A big kick kind of going over both rear wing end plates, and there we have it. That is what I've put together for Sauber. Honestly, I prefer the real thing, definitely, but I think a lot of you are going to prefer this because it is a more balanced design. I'm very, very happy with a front-loaded, all green on the front, all black on the back. I'm very happy with that, right? That's my taste, that's my cup of tea, down to a level. But this, I think, is a bit safer. But let me know in the comments down below. Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think. We are now 5 out of 10 livery redesigns done. And make sure you go to the pinned comment down below and let me know, do you prefer the original or mine? Thanks for supporting this little mini series I like to do at the start of every year. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. It's busy, but I'm enjoying it, and I hope you are too. My name's Tommo. Thanks again. Have a good one. Ta-da.